Alright, everybody. Hello and welcome. I'm Birdoggydog, and we're about to do a Starbound Let's Play. The goal being to clear Tier 1 in under 2 hours. I'm actually going to aim for 1.5, but 2 will be the it's okay if we get to that. So we're going to start that timer now, and I'm going to include character creation in this. Oh, first, let's go back real quick. Alright, so I'm going to have to modify the timer slightly. I'll figure out what that is when I calculate it. We're going to turn sound effects down, and while I love the music in this game, and it is excellent, I'm going to have to turn that way down, basically off. Sound effects will leave up a little bit, zoom's fine, full screen. I get to actually get that to be full screen for some reason, but whatever, we'll hit accept. Well, I don't know if that's better or worse. I think we'll go with that being mouse lost. That's good. There we are. Alright, well, we'll go with this. Single player. So we're going to create a character. Now, I've got a halotl, I've got a glitch, and I've got an apex, I think, or maybe a human I made, Chris Peters. We're not going to do that. We're going to create a character, and I guess this time we'll go with a Florian, because they're kind of crazy. The plant people, they're always trying to kill you and threaten you to death. And we need something blue. Ooh, foliage. I like that. It's a little sexist, the blue versus red, I gotta say. Not that you can tell the difference. Yeah, I think that'll do. And something that'll be good. I think you're wearing a thong. Yep, that's pretty much it. I think... Alright, and let's get you some good leaves. Oh, how dignified. I'm pretty sure, though... Oh, that's not bad. I think... Alright, and let's have a look at your flower color. I apparently can't see that. Your shirt is also going to be a lovely hue. Oh, that's nice. I like the red. And let's pinkify you if we can. It's a little dark, but that's okay. Alright. Bolt Code. That's clearly a glitch name. Cute Knife, Kiss Biter, Flesh Razor. No, we of course have to be Birdoggydog. Alright, and with that, we'll hit OK. And go. So, I'm going to outline my plan. I have 2 basic strategies so far that I've developed for this game. The first is to go to a forest planet, the second is to go to a desert. Now, I'll explain the desert part once we get there. I'm not going to tutorialize or explain a whole lot about what's going on in this game. I'm assuming you've got at least a basic familiarity if you're trying to speed run through the tiers. And I should also stress, I'm not convinced that my methods are the best or even all that great. They're just I've seen a lot of discussion about how it's hard to make it through the game, and I just want to show you a way to get through this opening tier quickly. I don't know if other people have done it, and if they had, I hope they've come up with really successful strategies. So, Operation 1, get some basic wood and some basic stone. You're going to attempt to craft for yourself a pickaxe, stone, and stone axe. Those are your 2 opening forays into crafting. And from that point, the goal is to move to a desert as quickly as possible. Now, that may or may not be easy for you. That's the trick here. It's the desert planet. It depends what the difficulty of the planet that the sector that you're in is, and also depends, of course, on its proximity. Because if you have to gather a lot of fuel, ooh, look at these bunny critters. They're not even evil. That's nice. I thought for a moment they might be the Bill and Ted Bunny, but they're not. I don't have a running timer, so I should stress, again, I'm aiming for this. The RNG, random number generator, if you're not familiar, behind planet selection and stuff might screw you. It may very well toss you in a place where if you really want to speedrun, you're better off restarting. I didn't check that, actually. For future runs, that's probably the best thing to do, is start, check it, and then go from there. So we've probably got enough wood at this point. So now we'll gather some basic cobblestone. And I have click lock on, so for Windows users, another technique that makes this game a little bit easier early on, in particular, where digging for really long periods of time on cobblestone or something happens and you don't move very far, is to get click lock turned on. And if you don't know what that is, it's in, I believe, under control panel, mouse, click lock, and you can set the length of time, but basically you hold the mouse for a certain period of time, after which the Windows assumes that it wants you to hold the mouse, and it just completes that for you. So that's the other little tidbit of info that's useful. So let's see, do we have enough? We need some planks, which we can craft, so 35 of those. We'll get our crafting table. Okay. Yes, we'll accept our reward. We need to... Oh, it ended up here, so... Yes, we'll do the meat quest. I should stress also that you're probably not going to want to do the meats and things like that. Alright, so step 1 is a stone pickaxe. Alright, that is just enough, I think, to get us enough cobblestone to do the axe. We may need to get more wood, I'm not entirely sure. But you can see how important the pickaxe upgrade is right off the bat, right? And you'll see a little bit more here once we get moving. Just how key, really, the pickaxe upgrades are. We're gonna do one more tree. I'm not sure if we needed more wood or not, but what the hell? Can never have enough. So why a forest first? Let's go through my orders of planets. So the most important thing early on is lots of plant fiber for bandages, because it'll make your trips through the various planets and sectors much easier having bandages. I actually think they're a little too weak right now, and that'll probably get changed, but moving forward, that's really key, even in their current state. That little bit of health regen, I can go, once I get properly for indefinite periods of time without dying, you know, sort of as long as I'm able to stay focused and not get into accidentally really stupid combat situations with people with guns primarily. So let's make ourselves a stone axe so that our wood gathering goes better. And bada bing. I do zero farming. I have never had a problem collecting meat just by virtue of running around causing horrible mischief. Alright, so with that, let's see. Let's go find some coal. Actually, step 1, is there a desert planet in our starting system? I think that's an important question to answer. And it looks like we are in luck. There's one there. And we're the only planet here. How much fuel is it going to take? It's going to take... Doesn't seem to be a clear way, but not a whole lot. We should be able to get there pretty quickly. So, alright. Operation gather some coal and or make a furnace underway here. Copper's good. We're going to need copper anyway, so we'll collect it as we see it. So the trick early on, in my opinion, is to not really dig down. There's a school of thought, I think, which promotes the use of caves early on as a means to gather ore. I disagree. I think just by running across the surface of these maps and doing some targeted acquisition of resources, you can get into much better situations than your starter situation, depending on where it was you found yourself when you spawned. So, combat, as you can plainly see, has been much improved in terms of early difficulty level. When this game first came out, I consider myself reasonably good at these styles of games, but I was dying all the time. I didn't mind. I like hard games, but they've definitely eased the difficulty curve for the better. I mean, I still am going to die, you know, just not quite as frequently. So we're not finding a lot of surface level coal, and we're finding a lot of aggressive enemies, so you can convert wood to coal. We'll probably end up doing that. 5:30 now. I don't actually know how long we're at the moment, so I may pause the video and go find out, or I might wait until we get off this planet. I'll figure it out and see what the durations are. Continuing here. We need lots of wood for a number of reasons, so wood's always a good thing to have. And we just hope we find some coal, because coal would be better to use for the transit trip than the exchange rate to me is not worth it unless you really are just drowning in wood, which we are at this point. So I think we've got more than enough wood to get through what needs to happen moving forward here. So we're just going to keep going and see if we can't find... Might as well take that. I mean, it's just so... Ow. So they said they lowered the... They nerfed the crap out of birds, supposedly. I have not encountered that. They don't target you as aggressively, I guess, is the... Oh, there's some coal. And we don't even have to cut down a tree to get it. But they're still pretty freaking vicious. And I'm not a huge fan. Actually, I should take that back. I'm not a huge fan from the, oh, I love the birds perspective. I am a huge fan from the, oh, these birds are really making my life miserable, and that's a good gameplay concern. So, vines too, like I said, bandages, we found a lot of them. These early minutes really should be spent focused on the acquisition, like I said, of coal, of wood, and of plant fiber. After that point, after you've got sort of the basics set up there, so now we can heal, we can move our torches and our wood out. Here we go. And as you can see, I mean, those bandages are doing me a lot of good. They stopped doing as much good in the higher tiers. Like on tier 3, to me, bandages are severely underpowered. And maybe there's a way of making better bandages I haven't discovered. I know I did see a mod for it, but also early on, I mean, money's good to have, but it's not vital. You know, I've seen. It's interesting. This video is intended at least to show some methods for dealing with various hardships people have expressed, and it's interesting. Some of the hardships people have run into are not hardships I've really seen. So now we're going to fuel up with whatever coal we've got, and hope that that is enough to take us to this desert planet. Not quite. It's hard to tell just how much I need. Alright, well, let's go zooming down. Let's hit up this crafting table. Come on, up you go. Okay, what can we do here? Can we make... Yes. Do we have enough to make a furnace? Stone furnace. What do we need? We need a brick load of cobblestone. That we can do. We happen to have a whole bunch of it right here. And some iron, which we'll pick up as well. At which point, we can start to really do some fancy stuff. So, the goals really are to get the pickaxes upgraded to silver as fast as you can. I'm pretty sure that's the highest you can get them to in this tier without needing the metal workstation. I think gold stuff requires that you have defeated the first boss. So we'll get all of this. Now, again, I'm not sure... I've made 5 characters now, and I've yet to make a character that I really felt like the starter planet screwed me. But I'm sure it's happened to people just given the nature of random number generators and the nature of, you know, how these things go. There's bound to be spots that really hose you as a player. But again, I think if you're fairly diligent, the strategy should get you out of most situations. I've yet to come into a situation where I couldn't pretty quickly get to a desert planet, for example. Alright. So, let's get to my aforementioned desert planet and hope that we can craft ourselves a furnace now. Yes, okay. So why a furnace? Well, we need to convert wood into coal. Here we are. Convert wood for me. Smelt. La-di-da. I don't know how much we're going to let it make. Maybe... probably burn off 200 of this into coal. So we'll just sit here. That may be enough, but we're going to let it go a little longer. Alright, that's good. That should be plenty. I mean, we're not going that far. So why desert? I believe I asked that question a minute ago and then didn't answer it, and I'm leading you on like a I don't know, somebody. So the reason for desert is there's a technique for strip mining desert planets that I use that I think is very effective. So when you dig in sand, anything in that sand that isn't sand becomes a collectible resource item. So you go to deserts and you basically just find sand pits and you dig in them, and you dig in them in a specific way, and you gather obscene numbers of resources very quickly. From that point, you use that to gear up, and then you can go do the things you want to do. You can explore, you can wander, all those kinds of things. Again, I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to get. I managed to do this in about 2:15 on a different character, and that was before I'd really solidified the desert planet as the resource gathering location of choice. And it really, truly is, I think. I've yet to, I haven't been to the higher tiers. I've only gotten, I think, to tier 3 now. I'm closing in on tier 4, and I haven't been to the X sector and stuff. But part of that's because I only have a limited amount of time to play, so I don't end up doing as much, real hardcore power grinding. And that's part of why I think I've come up with this strategy. And again, I'm not sure if it's the perfect strategy, but I think it may cut it for you. So now we need to find sand pits. That's our whole mission in life. And not sandstone, which is what these are. And alright, continue dying, thank you. So I'm pretty sure this is sand, yes. So see the way sand falls like that? That's going to be something we use to our advantage, because it allows me to explore much more rapidly than I would otherwise, and it allows me to harvest resources much more rapidly than I would otherwise. As you get further... Oh. That's bad. You're not supposed to be there. Oh. Whatever that was bad. This isn't desert, guys. So there's always going to be a little bit of, it's a game. It's got adversities we've got to face. This isn't going exactly according to plan. We're going to run the other direction and see if that's any better for us. We may have to jump ship or dig around in that little bit of sandy area. Wow. Talk about hardcore spawns. Doo-dee-doo. Just eating some... the bandage sounds like I'm eating an apple. Something I've noticed. Oh, another thing, again, just... I'm happy to hear if you've got comments. We're just going to do this, actually. I'm going to show you. I like to place torches at the drop site or something to identify it. I'm sure other people have come up with this as well, but it's my own little thing. Oh, look at all the coal. We're going to have to pick that up. The other thing I've noticed about desert planets, and maybe it's just me, but it seems like they have more of the early resources easily accessible on the top than other planets have in the past, at least for me. God damn. This place is terrible. Lord. So we'll dig our way up out of this. And basically, what you do from here is you explore this desert planet. And, like I said, you look for sand pits. Those are the sort of two fundamental strategies that I've come up with for rapid resource gathering. So let's see if we can find someone, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate some of this aspect to you. Ah, fuck. You'll notice, I may go into caves if I don't find any on the surface, but usually I find them on the surface pretty quickly. And from there we can kind of dig down. There we go. This looks like a good spot. Yeah. Look at all that sand. There we go. So there's some copper. And see how it just jumps right to me? That's what we want. We want big caverns of that stuff. Like that over there. Which, the one difficulty with this is extricating yourself can be hard. Oops. This is just a nice cave spot that we're gonna dig out, because, I mean, you should never pass out big fat seams. Like, if I can place my pick in the middle of that and pick up almost an entire pickaxe target's worth of copper in one round of picking, I should probably take that up, right? I mean, that's a good trade for my time. And that's the thing. I think fundamentally, right, if you're trying to avoid the quote grind of these early mining efforts, that should be your main focus, is how much gold or ores can I get per, strike on the terrain. And if that number doesn't match up with pretty close to 9, right? Like, you want these fat blocks. You should examine why you're deciding to spend early effort on poor resource investment like that. And so we dig, and we dig, and good. Coal, just what we want to do. There we go. And so you see, the thing is, like, now I do my normal mining, but anytime I find a desert, like a sandy pit like that, I go and I dig that out aggressively. And the reason for that is, as I was saying, the payoff for doing it, like this, is probably going to have at least 1 or 2 nice fat veins of ore in it. I'm going to get them for fairly limited mining investment. And you just dig out below you so that you cause big collapses of the sand cavern. You end up with vast amounts of sand, which, I don't know, maybe you're trying to become a glass master, might be useful, but generally isn't particularly, I've yet to find a committed use for sand other than perhaps making glass, although, again, I haven't actually looked into that so much. The other nice thing about sand is it's very quick to mine out, as you can see, right? So I get these big caverns real quickly. I can see large amounts of terrain very quickly. I've already found some silver from it. I've already found some coal from it. I've already found some iron. All of those are early resources I really want. And we just keep digging. We just keep digging and digging. And we're basically going to do this until one of 2 things happens. Either A, I miraculously discover some means to escape, or we die. At which point we'll sort of evaluate what we've got and potentially craft some things in order to speed up our progress. Like, we're probably ready to craft our copper pickaxe by now. And I think we've got enough cash to do it. I don't actually remember offhand what a copper pickaxe costs. Doody-doo. The real trick, in my experience, is to get to gold as quickly as possible, pickaxe-wise. Because that gold pickaxe really... You can basically free run through most of this space with a little aggressive digging. Oh, well, that whole dying thing's probably about to happen. Yep, here you go. So now we'll do some crafting. I'm not sure, we're probably about 30 minutes by now, maybe 40. So I'm going to pause the video, cut it off here, and we'll come back. Thanks, guys. Alright, well, we're back. Turns out we were only at about 23, 25 minutes there, so we're doing good. We are, like, super on pace. I did no play. The character did sit here, so if that upsets you and you feel like that doesn't really make this valid, well, I apologize. You've got my deepest condolences, and, okay, I'm lying. I don't actually care. I guess I should confess. We'll make some platforms. We'll get our ship set up while we're in here. We'll need, I think, about... I'm not sure, actually, exactly how many of these you end up needing to do what I'm doing here, but we... Oh, a whole lot more than I actually put in. You can go away. No, no. You can go away. So, what is that? 1 Pretty sure I can't place them on those far edges, so it looks like 3 or 4 per thing. Okay, got all our copper. Look at our crafty table here. And we're going to make a couple of key items now. We're going to make a... Can we make our copper axe yet? We should be able to. Oh, no, we need an anvil. That's right. I always forget the anvil stage. Luckily, we have so much fucking iron, it's ridiculous. In the meantime, not that I found any chests yet, but we will. Might as well have some real estate for them. Sure, what the hell, we've got the platforms, might as well. Alright, now we hang out until, well, I think we've got enough at that point. Anvil. There we go. Thank you. Where did that go? Right there. Bam. Alright. Now I believe we can craft a copper pickaxe, and good. We can do a hunting bow, and we're almost to an iron hunting bow. What am I looking for here? This. No, wrong thing. Hunting bow. Bam, and make us all the bandages you can, thanks. Anything else we need right now? No, don't think so. I think we're in good shape. So, let's do a couple of things here. Let's switch you with you, with you. Oh, we need torches. Yes, we do. Luckily, we can make lots of those. So we're not going to leave this planet for quite a while. I should preface that with everything that moves forward from here with that. Alright, so... And we can make ourselves some armor. Nice. We made good progress on that run. Bam. Make ourselves some boots. Put those boots on. Where are they? There they are. Put them on. Bam. Look at the fashionable shoes. And I think... Yeah, we like you in your Speedo. Alright, so let's get back to it. And this is the pattern we follow from this point forward until we've got enough resources that we want to go do something else. And, you know, you may want to explore once you get geared up. You don't have to use this as a speed run to the boss. I'm just sort of trying to demonstrate to you how you can do it on this tier. And if people are interested, I can look into how you would do it for tier 2. Although, honestly, this strategy has worked reasonably well for me, with very limited... I should honestly say most of my time spent really thoroughly pursuing random encounters and cool dungeons and stuff, trying to hunt down things of that nature. I've had really very little time spent mindlessly grinding. Now, if this is too much grind for you, well, okay. And if there are different approaches to this, right? So I am honestly doing the aggressive, super hardcore, just get to the boss. But honestly, I think the best way to play this game is not that way. I think the best way to do it is to go wandering, mine as you've come across things. That's the most fun way to do it, and that's how I've done it most of the time. But if I do decide it's like, oh, I need some gear to go do that and have a good time exploring and not feel underpowered or something, this is how I've come up with. So again, nice. That's kind of not a great trade, but I'm not seeing thick ore seams right now, so we'll use that. Oh, nice healing. Those seem to kill me far more frequently than they do anything else. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, but it seems a little broken right now. Like, honestly, I still do it, because why not? It's a nice change of pace, but I die really frequently. Other fun fact is, actually, rather than use torches in this early sections, you can mine out the back wall, but, there we go. Doody-doo. So whatever's down here is not friendly. Not a fun room. We'll just dig around it, I guess. Also, gravel has the same physics as sand, from what I can gather, so the same is true of gravel. Come on. Alright, this is why we got the bow, by the way. Yeah, I figured you were coming down. Go away. Not that far. No, I can't. This is... Okay, we need to go away from those things. So, we're going to dig this way, because I'm not fond of conflict. Not on my little wimpy halotl with no gear. Do-do-do. Just keep digging, just keep digging. You know, and that is, admittedly, the name of the game in this early level stuff is to just sort of dig. I mean, you know, it's a big part of what you're up to. There's no point in fighting it, really. It is, after all, a game that fundamentally centers around this sort of as being a mechanic. So, if you're not here for that, I don't know what you're here for. So, you know, while we're meandering through, let me give you my feedback on this game. I think it's awesome. They have done a great job on this. It's still in beta, and there are things I don't like, things that, you know, there's not enough going on underground right now for my tastes. I spent a lot of time down here, and I know there are supposed to be underground forts and stuff, but I haven't really run into anything cool like that myself. Everything cool I've run into has been discoverable from the surface. That said, the stuff they've got going on the surface makes me think that once they get around to really making the underground more interesting, they're going to do a really good job. The various forts, and it's already there's a great narrative behind the locations already, and that's before they've really gotten a chance to do anything narrative. You know, I mean, there's codexes and stuff, which I confess to not reading. I'm not really playing it for story at this point. I'm kind of waiting for release to do the story. I don't want to spoil any of it for myself, really. Well. And we dig, and we dig. I mean, that really is fundamentally what you're doing on this first section, you know? You're just digging. And finding these sand pits and digging those. You know, they don't always have stuff you want, but when they do, it's a lot of it. Come on. Thank you. Digging out ore, 'cause we can. Alright. Anything good down? Ooh, sand pit. Alright. And we're gonna just seal you guys right in there. So I generally don't do combat. There's this thing called walling that I'm sure people are familiar with, where you wall people in and beat them, and they did a pretty good fix on it. You can't really hit things through walls anymore, not to the extent you could. I mean, it was bad. You could make a full wall and just attack enemies through it before. It was game breaking, but even still, you can still abuse it if you're smart and patient about it. I'm not a fan. It just takes the fun out, and it's like, why play this if I'm gonna take all the fun out? Alright, so, look at all that. Some gold there. I think this is exactly the kind of room I was targeting when I just had started discussing this. So look at this. I don't even have to dig that ore. I just dig the sand underneath it. And you just sort of wander around these desert planets looking for that. Oh, this is going to be a great example. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. And we can throw up a torch and try and intellectually target what we're doing here a little bit more. I think I saw some more ore. Come on. Come on. There we go. Ooh, and a chest. Maybe there's something good in there. So the chests, early on, as far as I can tell, kind of suck unless it's a tech chest. But early on, ingots are great, right? Or bars, I guess, is what they call them in this game. So we've already got plenty of coal. We've got some seeds that I probably won't use. We've got some platinum ore. We've got more coal and some pixels, which we'll need. And I'm going to take a quick second here. I have an inventory organizational scheme that I use. Got some silver. We don't have enough silver yet to really move the tiers too far forward, but we'll get there. We'll get there soon. There we go, more stuff. I don't know if the speed boost makes you a faster miner or not, actually. That's an interesting question. Come on. Yeah, I think it does. I think it makes you a faster miner. Cool. It's a neat fact. Ooh, tech chest. Nice. Pulse jump. Nice. That's fantastic. That's the best thing I found. So this looks like it was a good little planet to hop over to. I've never actually that's the second time I found a tech chest. So that's pretty awesome. I found a lot of castles and other things, but I have not found many tech chests. So cool. We now have pulse jump. I've got to go build it, which will cost, I think pulse jump's like 1,200 bucks or something. It's not cheap. We're a ways from there, but so when I said get through tier 1 in under 2 hours, I should stress I don't mean kill the first boss. Because honestly, with a hunting bow and enough bandages, you can make it through that boss. He's not all that tough anymore. He used to be. What I mean is getting geared up in silver armor with the top tier pickaxe you can get for the tier, and then moving on. And tier 1 and 2 are actually, in my opinion, fairly interconnected. More so than other tiers, although I guess that's the whole point, right? Is like, you have every other tier sort of a new tech tree to go through. So things I'd like to see changed. You know, with the primary point being that this game's great, and I love what they've done with it. Oh wow, diamond already. My. Monty Hall. Taking us a little while to dig, but that's okay. Lots and lots of money is always a good thing. Anyway, so more stuff underground would be good, because like I said, I spend a lot of time down here, and I haven't really found a whole lot of too much interest yet. And I know there is stuff I've seen things on the wiki about, you know, there being really cool things out here, but I just have not seen them. And whether that's because I'm destroying them in my lust for gear and power, you know, or it's just not there. I don't know. I'm not the developer here. But there's that. I would also really like the death penalty worked on a little more. Pixels are kind of annoying. Later on, they become a chore. Not because it's actually all that hard to get. I've always had plenty of money so far, but because of the amount of time I spend just sitting there watching ore convert to pixels. It's really annoying. I have, in my third tier game right now that I've got going on, I have 600 copper. I mean, I just have obscene amounts of ore. And, you know, whenever I need to build something, I just basically use it as a bank, right? I stash money in ores. And what that leads to is a lot of me sitting there going, alright, now we wait to watch my silver ingots turn into $1,200. Sit there on my hands for a while. Okay, watching the ore convert. Yay, I can build the thing, I build it. And if I want to build the next thing, I watch the ore convert. Now, if I could bank those pixels somehow, I would just set all of my ores to convert and leave. But the problem is I can't bank things. There's no way to store pixels, right? Other than as a physical good, which, you know, it's a physical store of value. I can see the economics people really liking that. You know, it actually makes it meaningful as a currency. This is a massive cave-in of somewhat unhealthy proportions. Yeah, but as you can see, my whole point about ores and these cave-ins is bearing out, right? I mean, I don't know if you noticed there, but I collected at least a few, and I didn't actually do anything other than dig. And that's what we do here. We just dig, and we cause cave-ins. Come on. And we strip mine the place, basically. We utilize the physics of the place to make it easy to exploit. Like so. And we gather horrendous amounts of ore that way. And discover, explore very large caverns that way. As you can see, coal, I'm having zero issues with. I mean, literally, I'm swimming in coal at this point. I have enough coal to do anything I want to do. Not a difficult problem. And I'm not really running into much resistance down here. I mean, a little bit in certain moments, but for the most part, I'm finding lots of valuable resources. Diamonds, I mean, I'm finding a lot of diamonds, actually. This is a nice planet here. We ended up in a spot, I think, that's paying us well for the effort. And that's also important. I know I've talked about how you shouldn't really have too much trouble, but again, a lot of that is the RNG, and you gotta, you're at its mercy, and sometimes it's a kind master, and sometimes it's brutal and makes you pay for being mortal. And you just kind of have to accept, you're dealing with procedurally generated worlds, that's a price you pay. So we're going to avoid the redstone layer just because my gear's not good enough yet, and we're still in the aggressive gathering of resources phase. Just looking around. Oh, why am I cold? I'm going to freeze to death, and I don't really understand why. I don't really have any way to heat up. Digging up, will placing a torch help? Do torches give off heat? I don't know. Well, they must. Weird. Must be because I'm not geared enough for the lair. I haven't really explored the temperature systems too much. We are hungry. Oh, looks like torches do give off heat. That's cool. Well, we might actually do well to just die. We've got a lot of iron. We've got not as much copper as I'd like yet, though. Well, yeah. Let's let ourselves heat up, and let's keep digging. We need to get similar amounts of copper to what we've got in iron before we can really start getting giddy and branching out heavily. The other big goal here is silver right now. Because silver is what lets us tier up the pickaxe another level. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and run back and find more caverns that we can explore that won't freeze us. Money. Always want money. Whee! Come on. Boop boop. Platforms. We need planks. We can make some planks. Make lots of planks. Make, I don't know, 50 platforms? That's a good number. Not the most efficient uses of our platform resources, but whatever. Actually, a horrifically inefficient usage of our platform resources, but whatever. We do have an awful lot of coal. There's some... Oh, wow. We're lucky that didn't kill us. Falling damage is often a source of much death. At least for me. I'm sure it's like that for others. So, one thing I would like to see changed is the fact that I have to mine out 2 sections in order to move forward, right? I have to do one tier of 3 blocks and then one tier of 1 block high. And that's just really annoying. It's like, why? You know, why make me 4 tall and make the pickaxe only 3 tall? It's just dumb. I mean, that's a design decision that I hope they re-examine at some point, because it's irritating for me. I just don't understand why you would make that the default behavior for this stuff. Collecting lots of ores. That's what I'm doing. The knockback underwater is fairly weak. Let's go mine out this ore. Why not? We need that copper for armor anyway. Come on. Oh, and we're stuck. Yes. Just what I always wanted. Swimming on up. And this is a big segment. Now, again, normally what I would be doing on a regular playthrough would be a lot more exploring the surface, looking for cool things to examine, and letting the gear come a little more naturally. But so don't take this as a representative of the gameplay of the game at the higher levels, or at the more intentional levels from the developer perspective. At least not. In my mind, this isn't really what the game's meant to be. I don't think it represents it very well, because, realistically, in my experience, this game has a whole lot more, oh, that's really cool moments than what I'm sort of demoing here. This is fundamentally about, how do I gather resources to get to do the cooler stuff? And this is my attempt to demo some effective strategies for that. And hopefully, Now, I should also say, I've seen people saying they can get to Sector X in 4 hours. I don't know how to do that. And, if you see this and you're like, oh, you're so inefficient, Birddog, you should do these other way cooler things, by all means, put a message on the video or something, because I'm always down to learn cool exploits to games. I mean, I have no problem with that. And obviously, if you use one of the cheat mods, like the cheat table or whatever it is, that's something that you're going to know how to do. But that's not something I'm not trying to cheat. Anything, quote, exploitative, or exploitative, I'm not sure. Anyway, anything like that I do, I would like to be in-game. I don't want to mod the game to add exploits. That said, mods that are really cool, or if you do a mod and you want to have someone demo it, anything like that, I'd be happy to do. I'll admit the 2 mods I've installed haven't actually worked, so I, haven't spent a whole lot of time with it, but, and I might do some modding myself. It's all just JSON, it looks like, from what, the little bit that I've read. You just modify JSON files, which is easy. That's almost, it's not, well, I won't get into it, but very simple. And cool that they set it up that way so that it was really easy to extend and add things to. I would be most interested, though, in more complex UI or AI for the monsters. If I did any modding, it would be in that direction, sort of trying to make, the things that monsters do less sort of stupid. Because right now, combat with monsters consists mostly of either, jumping and trying to not have them land on you, or trying to dodge them shooting at you. And it would be cool to have enemies do things like intentionally get on either side of you, so that you had to worry more about positioning, stuff like that. Just looking into how you might complicate their behavior a little bit. So, what you'll want to do if you really want to tier gear quickly is you'll want to move on to tier 2 fast, right? And I may actually skip the silver gear, because you don't really need it for this boss, and just get the iron bow and try and craft a decent weapon. because on tier 2, all the higher level ores, silver, gold, spawn much faster than they do on tier 1, and copper becomes insanely common. You know, all of the ores just drop more on tier 2 planets. So we might just, you know, get ourselves into copper gear and go. Depending on, you know, the durations and how hard we want to push what we're doing. But again, I'm going to focus on getting you to silver armor and a nice gold pickaxe. So, and bam. We're probably closing in on ready to head back up to the spaceship. We've got a lot of money. We've gathered a goodly number of ore. Ooh, look at all that gold. I love gold. Should have named my character Goldmember. What was I thinking? So the character I've got the furthest along right now is a halotl by the name of Fishy Joe. It's, I believe, a Futurama reference, for those of you who are curious. He's a fun character. I actually like the halotls a lot. Although, honestly, I like the Florians a lot, too, now. So far, every race that I've made, I've sort of come to enjoy. My glitch is named AddRx BX or something like that, which is a assembly thing, just for giggles. I thought that would be entertaining. Anything good in here? No, it doesn't look like it. But up here, some coal. So, you know, feel free in comments or whatever to throw out your ideas on how to improve the gearing scheme. You know, there's definite ways to change this up. I'm sure other people have come up with techniques that are cool. I'd love to hear about those. But this is what I've discovered to be very effective. Just digging. So I think after I finish this iron seam, I'm gonna die, go gear up, and we might just try and build the boss, because what the hell, why not? You know, we're trying to speed run this first tier, and honestly, if that's really what we were trying to do, I probably could have moved it even faster had I been a little more aggressive, but yeah, we're gonna let this thing kill us. Kill me. I want to die. Ah, yes. Ah, there we go. Alright. Yep. Rebirth. Okay, and just to keep this all structured nicely, we're going to smelt all of our copper. Oh, look at all that copper. We have a lot. And we've got some good iron, too. We even got a little silver. Nice. Oh, we're going to have so freaking much iron. It's obscene. In the meantime, we're going to craft another... Can we make a campfire? Are we able? No. We lack wood. Alright, let's go get some. I'm pretty sure I saw some trees. Like the axe. Arrgh. Rage. You go away, bat beast. Yeah, suck it. No, stay away from me. I'm busy. things to do. La-di-da-di. Just chopping down trees, don't mind me. Just chopping down some trees. Never mind my cheat troppy. Just chop. So, here's my question, right? Florins are plant people. Am I committing some sort of horrible genocide against my own race when I cut down trees? You know, just as a point of order. Because if so, I don't mind, but I'm one evil fuck, you know, like... That's enough wood to do what we need to do, and our copper's probably done, so... In the name of keep smelting, what you doing? Pausing for crafty. Yeah, we're gonna wait on that. Let's have ourselves a look here. We need armors. We need a copper chest piece. My, how many do I have? We've got 3. Well, we're doing pretty good here. Alright. Not enough. That's what you've got. 12. Alright, we'll do that. While that happens, let's go gathering ores again. La-di-da. So now I'm just kind of fucking off, because why not? Might as well. Have a little fun digging around. Seeing what we can see. Hopefully some copper somewhere. As we're still short a little bit on that for our basic needs. However, once we get the copper armor done, we're in good shape, because we've got iron, and really all we need from that point forward is money. Finding a lot of coal, not as much iron as I would normally like at this point though. However, we've got plenty of torches, as you can see. Or copper, I don't know why I was saying the word iron there. We've got so much iron I don't even know what to do with it all. Here we go. More iron, which we don't really need. I'm kind of stunned at the amount of iron we're finding down here. Might have to switch off now that we've gotten the coal necessary to really fund some of our basic efforts and try and find a planet with more copper resources easily available. Again, we're finding plenty of other stuff, but not really the copper which we need at this moment. Us the ores. We want it. Florin want ore. Florin want copper. I also just kind of think it's funny the way the sand falls. Maybe that's just a me thing. So caves are definitely the better in terms of approach to just wandering through the undergrowth like I am. But this has also got its entertainment value. I mean, even though I haven't found much in the way of resources, it's kind of enjoyable to just dig out a random path through the mountainside, or whatever this is, side. Seeing what there is. That may be part of why I haven't found as much stuff underground, as I tend to do this more than I do the other approach, which would be, I guess, to, you know, really follow through a cavern system and stuff. Something else I'd like to see them add, of course, is a map. It would be nice, you know, you'd figure I'm space age, I've got a spaceship, probably have GPS technology. Something should be mapping what I'm doing. Ooh, that wasn't what I meant to do. I wonder if the axe is better for that. Nope. Hey, copper, yay! Lots of copper, yay! Just what we always wanted. Vast amounts of copper. Here we go, mining copper. That didn't really work. Come on, there we go. God damn it. Sorry about the sneeze there. Whew, that was an intense one. So, one thing that helps when doing this technique right is to try and keep things a little even if you can across large oh, look at that. Come on, get out of the way. Let me collect my gold. I love gold. Partially because I'm not sure what happens to ore, like how quickly it decays and stuff. But I do know items decay, and if they fall too far away from you, you might not collect them. I've noticed that as a problem once or twice, and which is a bummer, but you know, it's the price you pay for this super speedy, large area mining that you're able to do when you utilize this. I wonder how much copper I've got on me now. Got 12 bars, got another 10. I think that's enough to armor ourselves, which is pretty close to where we need to be before moving on. It'd be nice to have enough silver to make the pickaxe upgrade, but we'll do that once we beat the boss, I think. And, you know, again, I'm probably over-gearing a little bit for this boss, because with enough bandages and some patience, I think you can probably get through this boss, honestly, without any armor and just a bow, if you wanted to be hardcore. And I've heard people say that they've done that, and I believe it. I mean, all this boss really is patience once you're geared up properly, so, you know, I can just buy that people are able to sort of zip through it without a whole lot of difficulty once they get the hang of it. And come on, show me something for all my troubles. God damn it. That's really annoying. There we go. Ooh. Oh, mud. Mud's weird stuff. We made it over to the jungle biome that's on this planet, apparently. Alright, well, there's some copper. We need more of that. Can't all be bad in jungle land. However, I was doing something else. So I hope that you can kind of see the value in this mining technique, right? Like, I don't always find tons of ore, but whenever I do find ore, I get a fair amount of it without too much effort. And it's definitely the most effective ore collection technique I've found. Come on, eat your bandage or whatever it is you're doing to it. Okay. Is that grab? Oh, yeah. Look at all that. Look at all that ore. Oh, such ore. So, wow. Alright, and we found a body of water to drown ourselves in, should we be interested in that. The life of a space explorer is kind of depressing, right? Like, oh, I'm so far underground, I guess I'll just kill myself rather than, you know, find a way home. Imagine that death penalty, that's their goal, but it just makes it annoying. You know, time-wise, it's easier to raise money than it is to climb my way back out. Because again, all I have to do is be willing to sacrifice ore, and later on, certain ores become sort of useless to you as you progress through the tiers, right? Copper becomes sort of meaningless once you get to the point where you can use, you know, silver and gold and such. And it's like, at that point, you just, you know, 700 copper's worth a fair amount of pixels, enough at least at, you know, tier 3 to get you to where you need to be. And at that point it's like, well, oh, there's more gold. So the gold pickaxe is really key as well to speed up your run time. I think we're probably getting close to an hour, so you know, I'll try and continue to zip along here. As a matter of fact, we may sack out, get our armor, and try and take out the boss. Oh, hi there. Whatever you are. That's one thing. It would be nice to know what kind of critters I'm slaying and being slayed by. That was an interesting encounter. So I'm not going to heal myself. I'm just going to let the death happen whenever it decides to. It's okay. I think my young Florin is ready to die. My young Floridian. He's had a full life this time, dug a lot of ore, and he's ready. Ready to meet the piper, pay the toll, eat some ginger. I don't know about that one. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, wow. Shit got real down there. Alright, so... Oh, come on, you stop smelting when I go away. That's some bullshit right there. I want my iron hunting bow. Or are you one already now? Bam! We should have enough iron. Yeah, we've got plenty of iron to do anything we want for now, so we'll just stash that. And smelt that, and I am going to be right back. I'm going to pause the video, and we'll see you in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. You'll notice that the copper screen's gone. I did smelt the copper, so we'll add an extra 2 minutes of time at the end of this to account for that. Alright, that said, let's make ourselves... What am I missing? A helmet? Yeah, so let's make ourselves a copper helmet. Copper helmet. The Helminator. Getting helmety. Making copies. Where's my helmet? Oh, I'm wearing it because I'm a G. Wow, look at my glasses. Looks awesome. You are so stylish. Alright, so we're going to take a moment here, organize our thoughts. Look at all that iron. So once we get a refinery, we just fucking sell all of that iron. Bam. Anything I want to stash in here? We'll stash some seeds, because why not? And with that, I think we're going to try the boss. I don't know what it's going to take to craft. Let's find out. Distress beacon. Nope. Distress beacon. What do we need? We need some silver bars. We can do that, actually. We can do a whole lot of that. Bam. So, we are basically going to get this silver done. It would be good to have silver armor. I mean, it definitely is going to... That would make this boss much easier. But, you know, what are you going to do? I don't think we're going to have enough, what with crafting the boss. Now, I've never taken the boss on with copper armor, so it could be that I get pwned pretty hard here. And if that happens, well, joke's on me, and I'll have to adjust my times accordingly, you know. I mean, I won't claim this thing is faster than it is. Distress beacon, that's what I was doing. Distress beacon. Craft it. Yes, okay. Can we make any fancier armors? Oh, we can. We can and we will. Oh, snapdragons. We just need money. All right, we're gonna go ahead and collect the little funds here. We've got the time in our window, so we're gonna pull in a little bit of cash. We're gonna do that all on the surface, and we're gonna upgrade as much of our gear to silver as we can, or to the sprout stuff or whatever it is. We're gonna go. Oh, that's right. It's not silver armor anymore. That's right. It's iron. It's pond and all this stuff. Come on, guys. Take your turns jumping and dying and raising money for me. It's very kind of you. So as you can see, the money stuff is just sort of... I read this guy, he put an article up on the main forums asking if this game is going to be a game of grind. And the only... Fuck, my mouse spazzed out, sorry about that. The only way in which I think of this game as being grindy is, and he was right in... Oh shit, that was a waste of bandages. Is in terms of cash. It really... Fundamentally, money in this game is just a grind currency, and as much as I disagreed with a lot of the other conclusions he drew, that is right. The pixels, the way it's implemented right now, isn't fun. It's kind of a thing that you do that's a nuisance, and you do it, but it sucks. And everything else, you know, the mining, I like mining games. I mean, I wouldn't be playing this game if it wasn't this, you know? It's part of what I wanted, and, so I'm happy with it, and they've done a fine job with it. The progression on the various equipment that gets you geared up to mine is fine, you know, in terms of caliber and stuff. It's very much a Terraria thing that's sort of a holdover in this game, and in a lot of ways, actually, I would call it a holdover. It doesn't feel as... It's interesting. I mean, it plays well, right, but... There's a level on which it's a little unnatural and goofy, and that's kind of interesting, you know? Yeah. It just sucks. The money is really a pain in the ass. All I want's cash. I don't want to have to deal with stupid fucking monsters all the time, and it's just a nuisance. Yes, give me ore. So now we can afford to be really picky about iron, unless it's a great trove of iron. Come on. There we go. We're just looking for cash. As much cash as we can get. Oh. And we're hoping we don't die from hyper-aggressive birds. Which is ever the problem, it seems. Chests are good. They often have money. As did this one. We're almost there to crafting something. I think this might be enough to upgrade something. Oh no, not quite. 338. We need more. Must have... fuck. We're probably gonna die here. Which sucks, but I don't have a good way around it. Oh, man. Well, we're gonna have to bail and do something with our money. I don't know what that's gonna be, but we've got to do it now. Good. We've got enough to craft the chest plate, which is... Oh, that was a cat bumping into the mic, just in case you were curious. Yeah, so we're gonna make this chest plate. Bang, bam. And it would be good. It would be good. Let's see. How much money do we need to do any of the other stuff? We need another 350. We're at just over an hour. We might as well. We've already got the distress beacon built, so we might as well do this. We'll head over here. We'll gather some vinage. And then we'll go money hunting. Don't think I can build a refinery yet. I think that's a tier 2. Ooh. Surface level gold, you say? Don't mind if I do. Alright. No. Mother T-cozy. We are in need of some bandages. And this might be where we head back to our jungle planet, is to try and collect some of those. Because we're going to need enough that we don't have to worry about running out in order to be successful against this boss. That's the thing. You need a lot of band-aids. Unfortunately, before we didn't find any plant, quote, trees. We're just collecting wood, because why not? Nope, and we're dead. How many bandages can we craft? Only 5. That's not a whole lot. Yeah. Time to make a run back to Jungle Land. We don't want that. No. We've got to fuel up. Make a run back to Jungle Land. Try and get some plant matter. Bandage ourselves. Okay, while that's happening, let's get all of our iron smelted. And some platinum. Okay. Got plenty of torches. Alright. I don't know what sugar's useful for, but we have it. Some gold. I do love gold. So, my basic inventory organization scheme is, ores all get this little section in the corner here, sorted by quality, and everything else goes wherever. It would be great. Oh yeah, thing I would love added: auto sort, categorical, alphabetical. I don't care. But somewhere or another, you need to make this inventory easier to interact with. I spend a lot of time just sitting there clicking, and it's a lot of wasted space. So that would be a key thing that the devs could and should do to make this game better. Again, good game so far. Already played a ton of time in it. Will continue to do so because it's quite entertaining. I've put, I don't know, 60 hours into this game, maybe, so I wouldn't say I don't like it at all. But positive feedback is good, and that's what I'm trying to provide, is some positive reinforcement. Auto sort. So, even though I have plenty of iron, again, once you get the refinery is a great way to raise money for later tier gear. Don't need you. Need vines. Need lots and lots of those. Oh, I thought you would break. Come on. Not my best handling series here. We're talking, really. I got awful quiet, didn't I? It's because I am focused on collecting, I guess. Graphic style, obviously, pretty sweet, cool little game. You know, I don't really have a lot of complaints. There are certain things, user interactivity-wise, that can and I'm sure will be better. But they've got the fundamentals of what has the chance to be one of the best games that's come out in a while. And, you know, honestly, is already pretty close to that, I think. You know, the fundamentals really are here for a great, great time. You know, it's a little light in depth, but again, it is, after all, a flippin' beta, so one has to be understanding of that. But, they've got some really good things going. A lot of what's weakest is difficulty curves and pacing, I think. And they're getting better, but, you know, the ore drop ratios are a little weird early on, unless you've got, you know, sort of good, quote, exploity ways of dealing with them. Come on. Come on, everybody die. Doody-doo, and as you can see, combat at the moment is basically this. Lure your enemies to get stuck somewhere. Sit there whacking as they jump into your blades. You've yet to find a gun in this game, you'll notice. I don't think I've found much in the way of weapons either, but did find a nice fat thing of gold right here. That was nice. Thanks, game. We're going to have to give the penguin boss a try sooner rather than later. I think we've got enough to upgrade. Well, so here's the question. Do we keep pushing up gear or do we give it a shot? Because, I mean, we've got the breastplate. We're still a ways, money-wise, from being able to really claim Tier 1 is done armor-wise. And in order to craft a weapon, we're going to need some time too. Yeah, go away. Nobody likes you. Ow. Motherfucker. Eat a dick. Sorry. Get a little angry there. How many bandages can we craft? A whole bunch? That's pretty good. I think that's enough. Alright. Alright. Let's make our way back. See what we can do. Oh, I think we might be 8 pixels short. We'll gather those 8 pixels. Fine. Oh. That's cool. Did that really do what I think it did? Did I just spawn? I'm pretty sure that did something cool that I didn't realize it was doing. Whatever it did, let's go back up to the ship, because we now have enough money to upgrade at least. I think it might be the helmet, but I'm not sure. What do you got? Sprout's ankle. So that's fine. As long as we've got the two. We're fairly geared. Let's see if we can craft a weapon. Smacker. What we want is choppy thing. Big slicer. What do we need? 30 pixels. What does my current thing do? 4. Yeah, that's better than nothing. That's a better upgrade than nothing. Okay, we've got the iron hunting bow. No, it's a different spot. Oh, I'm being dumb. We're on a jungle planet. I thought we were still on the desert for some reason. Give me money. The hell is that? Everybody dead? Yeah. Alright. Then we'll go die after we craft this weapon to get ourselves up to full health. Which one should we do? I think we want the big slicer. No. 125, 143. I think we're gonna go big slicer. More attacks is good, as long as the knockback is up to snuff. That can go away. And alright. Now we are off to give it a go for the tier. Let's do some switcheroos here. You can go there. Go there. Alright. So, now comes the technique for beating this boss. Doody-doo. Oop. Fell off my platform. Running, making platform. Alright, and we'll start to lay out some more. Is it all sand? I was going to say I should have some sandstone at least. Alright. Kill me. They readily and hungrily leap onto me. Alright, let's do this. See how it goes. I think we're in good shape. But we'll find out. It may be that we're a little too early on in the difficulty curve, but I think we are prepped. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That, however, is, and give us a call. Now we just shoot the thing with the bow. And again, I think you can do this, right? Because I've yet to actually get hit by anything. I'm pretty sure you can do this. So we got this pretty much in the bag already. Because the worst thing he can do at this point is summon more stuff. He's already at almost... Oh, yep, he's under half health. And then once we get to tier 2 planets, really, things become our game. You know, ore starts dropping a lot more frequently. It just gets to be a much more in our favor kind of thing. Ah. And honestly, you know, again, even with copper, we probably could have done this. Thing about bandages, and here's a question for the populace at large. I have yet to determine this. Is there a benefit to using more than one of them while one's still doing its bandagey thing? Because as far as I can tell, there's not, but I've gotten into this habit because I thought there was. I thought maybe they stacked or healed you faster, but it doesn't actually look like that's the case. Oh, and there's that boss. Bam! So I'm not exactly sure how long that took. As you can see, I could have taken that boss out earlier than I did. Oops, sorry. The difficulty there was low enough that I could have easily have moved on earlier. But let's go ahead and hit tier 2 now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pause it here, see what our time is, so I can clock it officially, and then we'll be back.